Hi there and welcome back. So today we have got a lower back focused session for you. This one we're going to look at some strengthening and stretching elements for you and your lower back, for lower back health and for lower back strength and conditioning. So don't forget to subscribe, press the notifications button and comment. And also, if you're not too warm before you start this, have a little look at some of the warm-ups that we've got for you and start with the little warm-up and then come into this session. See you on the mat. Okay, so we're going to start with a nice, easy cat and cow pose. So in our cat stretch, we'll push up, pressing up into that upper back and gently soften down into cow. Now in your cow, let's pull gently on the hands to pull them in towards the knees and then push the floor away, curl the chin to the chest and releasing all the way down. So this is more of a strengthening exercise. We're extending out through the bottom of the body and engaging the back muscles. This one we stretch, okay? Now you can come through these as fast or as slow as you need to, making sure you're warmed up to start with. And releasing in. So take your time. You can come into, I'm just going to show you about 3 rounds of each. So take your time in that one. Okay, from here we're going to increase the intensity slightly. So we're working from here to bear pose. Now in bear pose or crouch pose, we're going to just from here float the knees up off the ground, engaging the belly to the spine. So this is a little bit stronger. If you don't like your feet that way, we can tuck the toes and float up there. So just a tiny way off the floor here. Okay, bringing it down. And then we work to some stabilizing and lengthening coming up into pointer. Now take your hand and your foot a little bit higher than you'd like to. And then back down. Come to the other side. Lift, hold, push the floor away, fill up into your shoulder and release. So push up, finding bear, maybe hold for 3, for 2, for 1, and release. And lift and hold for 3, 2, 1, and release, and to the other side. Pressing away, engage through the core. Nice strong core equals a nice strong back. Last one, rise, push, hold. You can hold these for as long as you need to. And release, and extend, push, and release, and extend, and push, and release. Now, by all means, in between each set, just drop back into your child's pose, lengthening out through your back. For the next set, we're going to come over onto our back. So this one, we find our bridge pose, okay? Now, in bridge, we activate the whole of our posterior chain, the back of our body, lifting up nice and tall, push your hips high, squeeze and hold here. Now, maybe you want to roll up to the balls of the feet, maybe you don't. Pelvis is nice and steady. Pelvic floor is drawn in. Holding here, you can take the hands up or keep them braced for better balance. Rolling all the way down. And then we're going to come into a knee tuck. So we stretch through that lumbar spine, maybe a little tiny rock or a pulse here. Good, landing the feet again, nice and close, so you're not too strong in the hamstrings. Rising up, up, up. Squeeze, drive the knees in nice and close. Float the hands up. This might feel a little stronger, less surface area to balance on. Rolling down. Tucking the knees in, squeezing them in. Use the hands to hold you here. This way, you take the work out of the abdominals and you're stretching out through that lumbar spine. Do it nice and slowly. And one more. Rolling down. Rising up. Push nice and tall. Squeeze. Holding here. Extending. Press the floor away from you, climb nice and high. Feel the work in through the back, all of the back muscle, all through the tops of the glutes. And rolling down. Take your time to roll down, let one vertebrae at a time land and curl gently in. Now if it feels good to lift the head, neck and shoulders and tighten into a really small ball, that's okay. Maybe a little rock side to side. Good. So from here we're going to come up a little up to standing. Okay. And take a forward fold just to let go through the body. And we'll come all the way up. We're going to come into intense pose. So intense, we're sinking into that half squat position, dropping in here. Hands are on hips. Now making sure that the hips drop back and the knees stay back behind those toes. From here you can extend the arms. This comes up to Thunderbolt Utkatasana or chair pose. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Now strong in your back here. Very, very engaged through the core. You will feel it in through that lower back. We're really firing up the muscles here. Holding for a moment. And then come up nice and tall. And then bend through the knees and fold. And we'll come in, alternate that with gorilla pose. So in our gorilla pose, we either stand on the whole entire hand or just a tiny bit on the fingers here, wherever you can get to. So if your flexibility isn't quite there, you just come into this posture. If it is, you come all the way up, standing on those hands. And then we stretch up through the arms, stretch through the legs. That's strong in the lower back. And bend. Good. Releasing out, just equalize the head. Take a moment here, halfway, and then back to chair. Hold. 2, 3, and fold into gorilla. And then maybe straighten. That will intensify. Keep the knee bend if you need it. 2, 3, releasing out. Inhale. So make sure when you're up in this position, pull those shoulders away from the ears. Holding here. Last one. And fold. Folding down. Let go. Maybe rocking from side to side if that feels good. And then come up. Lengthen up to halfway. Walk your hands maybe up towards the shins. And you can roll up. Take a big stretch up. Okay, we're going to come down, back down to the floor. This one, functional strength in our plank. So options in your plank, your hands are under shoulders and your feet are nice and anchored back behind you. So do push back into your heels and really straighten up your legs. Draw your belly to your spine, fill up in your shoulders. Holding here. Okay. Option here, if you want to dial up a little stronger, you can come into your low plank. Now, tip the hips a little bit higher and hold. And then the alternating move with that to stretch the back is our downward facing dog. So you can pedal through your heels and mobilize into your down dog. It really doesn't matter if your heels aren't all the way down in the ground, because when we transition back to our plank, we're in a nice strong position to be able to line ourselves up, and we hold here. Now, how long you hold this for is entirely up to you. You can mobilize in through the hips slightly if you want to, holding on. You might want to do a minute in each one, maybe. Who knows? Just taking your time, rolling through, coming forward. Making sure you draw your belly to your spine, your ribs to your hips, pelvic floor is engaged, legs are nice and straight, pushing back into those heels. And lifting up right to the tippy toes, all the way up, and anchoring through the hands and grounding gently down through the feet. Take that nice long back of body stretch. Nice work. Coming gently back in. We're going to step nice and wide onto the mat. Okay, sinking in. So we're going to come from here into our goddess squat. So in our goddess squat, this is our last set of postures. Dropping in here, so we're asking the knees to drive out wide. Lift the hands, and we're either coming out to this position. I'm going to show you a variation which I really enjoy. So you can take your hands up. Exhale, bring your hands onto your knees. Pushing away, gently drop. Extending out through the back of the rib cage and drop. Good. Inhale. Let's do 2 of these. Exhale, pull through. Land the hands, pressing away. And away. Good. And then we're going to sweep the legs through. Roll through the spine. Bring your knees in, open the arms, and just come into a spinal twist. Take your top leg nice and long, hold. Once again with the arms, let's lift the arms. Open the arms. Tuck the knees, bring them up and over to the other side, and drop them into the other side. Dropping over, keep the arms long. Extend the top leg if it feels good. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, widen. Tucking your knees. Rolling in. Tuck knees to chest. One more time, we're going to come up for our goddess. Stepping wide. So making sure when you're in your goddess, set your heels in a straight position, okay? Now, maybe it means that you come to the back of your mat so you know that you're in line, okay? It's always really important. Drive the knees wide, dropping in through here. Really strong in your core line. Hold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, pull down. Find this mudra. Feel strong and cool. Pushing away. Pushing away. Rising up, one more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Last standing pose here. Pushing away. And pushing away. Good. Land the hands. Sweep the leg through. Roll down. Open the arms. Tucking in. Now, if you want to, a little bit more intense, we just go straight legs and take those legs over. More of a stretching through that lower back. Take the back arm and up if you want to. Match the feet in together. Really stretch out through that lumbar spine. Deep breath in and out. Nice. Releasing the hands in. Tuck the knees back to center. So you can choose to leave those knees bent if you want to. Otherwise, we lift and lower over, all the way over. Stretch, maybe the arm stays wide. If it feels a bit off the ground, take it overhead, just let go. Stack the feet. Breathe and release. Good. So, there you have it. There is 6 little pairs of moves there for you for strengthening and stretching out through your lower back. A nice short flow or a nice short section of moves to go through. Just enjoy them, take your time. You can make the whole session longer if you want to, and maybe you can roll through it 2, 3, 4 times. So please enjoy. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe. Om Namaste.